Hey everyone, this is Ryan Mallory for SharePunter.com. I'm going to do another midday market video for you guys and basically just go over the charts that everyone shoots me in our Splash Zone trading room. And if I get some via email or on Twitter, I'll try to incorporate those into the session as well. So we got about 10 or 15 charts to go through here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the S&P 500, but with the FOMC statement behind us, the stock or the index has rallied, pushing the markets higher. You do have a presser at 215. I wouldn't worry much about that. That's usually a non-event. But overall, very good action for the markets today. It broke above, it created a higher high. You don't have a downtrend off of the October highs in place anymore. So we are officially in an uptrend. We broke this lower high, and by finishing at 1427 or higher, we pretty much confirmed that. So we got about 10 points to give. Let's go ahead and get into the charts. First one, BGMD. I wouldn't trade this one at all. It's broken out on high volume. It's pulling back some, but even if you try to short it, you could get squeezed out for 40 cents before it actually ever comes back down. To chase it at this point to the long side, you're just throwing money away, in my opinion. It's a very high risk, high gamble type of a trade. So don't go after BGMD. VHC. It's a messy chart. You could look at it from a short perspective to where if it can break down below this trend line here, that it would be a good short trade, particularly if it can get below 32.75. If you're looking at it from a breakout, you could say at 34.82 or so, but then you got this downtrend off of the July highs that are going to possibly put to a stop any kind of breakout that it might have. So I ain't a really big fan of this. You have a little bit of a cup and handle, but I think the chart's messy, and I think you could probably find some better. I think there's better trades out there with better edges than VHC. So look for those. VHC just doesn't seem like it has it. So PHG. All right, so this is one that I'm watching. I've traded a couple of times of late. You got really good volume coming in on it today. 50-day moving average has provided a lot of support, solid uptrend in place. But honestly, I would have rather gotten in at like 26.24, not 26.44. So if it pulls back, maybe 10, 15 cents, I might be tempted to go long it at that point, but not at this moment. But this is a stock that technically performs pretty well once you get into the trade off of whatever analysis you come to a conclusion on. So a couple others, GG, Goldcorp. Not too bad. It's breaking above, very, very short-term resistance at 38.16. This is a stock that, tends to move quite a bit with the with volatility and definitely, obviously, with the price of gold. You have a downtrend that has been prior to today firmly in place. I tested it back on Monday. But now you got a breakout today, and that could change the character of the stock. If you were to trade it, I'd put my stop somewhere around $37, maybe $36.95, which is a little bit wider than I prefer. But you got to give this stock some room to run. So if you're going to trade it, maybe take a smaller position size than normal, maybe like 3/4 or half size. But I'd say your target, you have some resistance at 39.24, which is a good buck away, but if you're going to trade this, you really want to see it get up to like $41 or so. So this is a multi-day trade that you'd be taking here. Let's look at ACGL. Not seeing a whole lot to this one here. It looks like you have a double top forming, bull flag right here in the very short term. So if it breaks out, let's see here. If it breaks out, you're probably going to want to get in at around 44.67 or so. Put a stop loss at 43.95. But I don't think. I mean, it's an okay one. This is definitely a bull flag breakout play. I just get a little bit nervous about this overhead level of resistance. So if it does break out, it's going to have some immediate resistance at $45 or so and change. So you got to keep that in mind. I would rather I don't want to play a breakout of this level because you'd already missed about 1% of the gains from the bull flag breakout, and that's too much in my opinion to miss out on. But if you get in early, you're going to run right into this, so it could create a sharp reversal. So if you're going to trade it, be cognizant of it. I do like the volume levels in it of late, so that's another positive for the stock, but just be aware of that resistance level. CPL. Firm downtrend in place. You got a little outlier action going here, but otherwise it's tested it on multiple occasions and done pretty good. The channel is very parallel, but I think what you guys are probably looking at is this consolidation breakout here of late. So if you're going to trade it, my stop loss would be probably around 21.29. You want to get in probably as close to like 21.89 as possible, so it's about 2 cents above that, which I wouldn't split hairs over. It's a utility, and you know, utilities, they've been hot and cold of late. You know, when they're good, they're good. When they're bad, they're pretty bad. But you got to take a lot of patience with this. It's not really something you can day trade. It's more of a swing trading type of stock. CECO. All right, you're chasing after this one at this point. I wouldn't go after it. It was a nice trade back on yesterday, but at this point you're throwing money at it, and it just becomes a high gamble, similar to BGMD. So don't go after it. If you're already in it, I would start moving up that stop loss, and probably on the 5-minute chart, I would put a stop loss at around, I don't know, 337. And quick, we're going to go through a couple more of these here real quick. FDX, I don't see any edge there. Sideways channel. I wait for it to either break below 83.90 or, you know, above this 93.70 level. But I don't see anything. It's just stuck in a channel for over a year. If you're in it, there's really no reason to even be in it either. So CMG, I do like this stock here. It's clearly wanting to break out here in the short term. Multiple layers of resistance that I would be breaking at. So at 278, I would get in at. I'd place my stop loss at 268. Gives you about $10 and change to work with. And everything's moving up very nicely on this stock. It used to be a great performing stock earlier in the year. It had one of the best upward trend lines you'll ever see in its equity. But now you got a very good setup here off the lows. I wouldn't hesitate to take it if it crosses 278. WLT, this is more for day trading. I don't like trading this stock from a swing trading perspective. Does well from the day trading side, but avoid it from a overnight play. IBM, quasi double bottom. You got an outlier price action here. However, you could also say there's a pretty scuzzy inverse head and shoulders pattern. But that, if you're going to play off of that, it happened back on Monday, or actually Friday. So I wouldn't even play it off of that. So no go on IBM. From a longer term perspective, it looks like it could keep going down lower with this triple top or double top, whatever you want to call it. You have two tests at the highs there, and then another one right here. So long term, it looks very bearish. ESRX. I don't see anything here. You got a little bit of a trend line, but you could also make the case that that's a bear flag that's forming. So I really don't like it from a long side. If you're in it already, I would just trail it with this 8-day exponential moving average. SHLD. I don't like this stock either. I see a firm downtrend in place. It's retested it back on yesterday, rejected it, and it's falling lower. Has some resistance over here at around 49, even though that is a good ways away. I just I don't see anything that's really giving you an edge in this particular stock. So stay away from that one too. If you have any questions, I will be in the splash zone. You can hit me up there. Ask me any questions on Twitter with my handle being @SharePointer, or you can email me. The other two are preferred, but if you want to email me, that is Ryan@SharePointer.com. All right, y'all take care.